Good morning everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. My name is Rooster and today we're playing a special kind of Renolock deck, which you may have already guessed from the deck list to the left, which is a tad longer than usual, so that usually means there's some kind of Reno involved, and indeed there is. Reason for this deck is I think it's even a few weeks ago. I was testing some random decks on ladder, and I ran into this warlock who used a bunch of dragons in his Reno. I think it was a Reno deck. It might not have even been a Reno deck, to be honest. And that brought back fond memories of, what is this? A warrior. I think we'll go with this then. Fairy Dragon actually pretty good against warrior, I think. Well, decent-ish. They can target it. This card is so much better than people initially anticipated. What do we do here? We don't have a great follow-up, so we just pass. So this guy I met on ladder was running a couple of dragons, which made me think of Malygos Warlock, which is a deck I really loved while it was a thing in Standard. Well, in the time before Standard, actually. And I thought, wait, why haven't I tried Malygos in New Standard again? And then I started building a deck, and I came to the conclusion that without Dark Bomb, it's actually quite hard to build a decent dragon deck. That's actually a real challenge. So yeah, that was a little disappointing. But I'm trading here, right? I'm pretty much always... Yeah, I don't want it to die to a second whirlwind effect, so sure, I'll take that. Question... Do I play the Farseer? Do I coin out the Refreshment Vendor? Or do I just tap and do nothing? I don't hate the tap and do nothing plan, actually. Just want to get some value out of this heal, and... I do need to draw some cards, because most of the cards over here aren't that amazing when played on curve, without some taps in between. Just want to get some value here. Brand's not a bad pickup, actually. So yeah, without Dark Bomb, there's really no Malygos Warlock to be made, because well, the main thing about the deck is its burst, and burst is really hard if you don't have any damage spells. So yeah, and Double Soulfire is a bit too fickle. Even most Malygos Warlock decks excluded the second thingamajig, the second Soulfire, because it was just too hard to reliably combo off. So yeah, that's a thing. I could... This is actually a little awkward. I could Shadow Flame, actually. Which will... well, no, I don't like that at all. I can Shadow Flame next turn, how's that? Just not attack? I think not attacking is valid here. Yeah, sure. And in that case, we probably just play the Azure Drake here, just to get a body on the board. Might not be irrelevant with the Demon Wrath next turn, actually. Yeah, let's go for that. But I do like playing with dragons, and it seemed to actually kind of work. So I just threw a bunch of dragons in a Renolock deck and called it a day, basically. Well, yeah, there was a bit more thought behind it than that, but I like playing dragons, and well, this was an excuse to do so. You can fit a lot of shells into a Renolock deck. You can fit a lot of stuff into any Reno deck, basically. And this is just an experiment to see how it turns out. And we'll see about that. Looks like we are up against a Tempo Warrior, I'm going to assume for now, although it could very well be a Control Warrior also. Not sure what to think about that. Is he killing the Drake? He's not killing the Drake. That seems like a mistake to me. Or is he? Oh, he actually is. That looks like a good trade, after all. Demon Wrath still decent, though. It will kill the... oh, this line is already dead, of course. well, a little less effective than I might have hoped. I guess I could Farseer and Shadow Flame, though that doesn't seem particularly great. I do kind of want to get rid of this guy here. I suppose I could silence it, but that's seems like a bit of a waste. Demon Wrath still not awful. Leaves him with a 3-1 and a 3-weapon. Doesn't hurt the Ink-Gang boss, so it doesn't matter what I play first. I think I still like that. I kind of have to get rid of that 5-2, and I doubt Demon Wrath is going to do a whole lot of good against the warrior on average, so that's still fine. Still no definite read on what kind of warrior we're up against, because these are all cards that might also be played in Control Warrior. Kind of interesting. Although I would assume a Control Warrior to be more vigilant about his armoring, I guess. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so makes the trades. Yeah, this would have been in good Demon Wrath right here, but yeah, can't have it all, I guess. Let's see what the best play is gonna be here. We kind of have to get rid of all of that. Could play Sylvanas, to be honest, which will get rid of those. Even yeah. So he can't really execute that. He can't deal with that in a proper way, really. And that leaves us open to what's coming next turn. Well, if it's really bad, we can still Twisting Nether it, so that's probably okay. Could also Senjin. How could that possibly go wrong? Actually, in not that many cases, Senjin is the wrong one. He's used his axe, so yeah, probably just Blood to Ichor. That's actually pretty bad against Blood to Ichor. So I guess I'll play Sylvanas here and just pass the turn. Because he's really got no good option except to just trade both of his minions in. And that's a fine trade for Sylvanas, because yeah, those minions can be hard to deal with without that option. Even though it's probably only like 4 mana on the field, which trades for my 5 mana, that does give him the initiative, but I have the Twisting Nether here to punish him for overextending, which is nice. Don't play a Ragnaros here, that would be really unfortunate. Just a Berserker. That's really cautious. That is really cautious, friend. I'm a little wary right now. But I guess I'll play a Nefarian. I don't hate playing a Nefarian against that. Could do a Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker plus Senjin? That kind of makes sense. I don't hate it. I don't have to silence that thing though, and there will be a Sylvanas or a Karen in his deck. And he does not have a great way to deal with this right now. I don't think so. What else do we play though? Guess we could Farseer. Farseers are not awful. We could Bran, I guess, and then Farseer for double next turn, though that doesn't seem particularly great. Kinda wanna get some more value out of my Bran than that. Double Nefarian could be pretty sweet, but I'm pretty sure he'll get rid of this somehow. And depending on what else he plays on the board, we'll see how we deal with that. He's playing cautiously, which I don't blame him for, but making things a little tricky. So there's that trade. I don't really mind trading my 3/3 into that, but I would prefer just to get rid of it with something like a Shadow Flame. So play some small stuff here, or a Sylvanas. So we can silence that. If we silence the Sylvanas, then trade in the thing, and then Shadow Flame, that still seems particularly horrible. We could Hellfire. Wait, is that better? Then we actually make some use out of the Hellfire, so I guess that's okay. But the silence, then we don't have to silence. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Any situation in which we don't have to silence is good in my book, I guess. Don't have a great play to make, except maybe Bran, which can be interesting for him to get rid of. So I guess I'm fine with that, yes. So we can Bran, and we can even life tap, and that's not awful. Getting a little lower than comfortable, but sure, I'm okay with this. Let's see if we can get that double Nefarian off next turn. Just a tempo run. I'm not. Yeah, it's something he has to get rid of, and that kind of precludes him from playing something huge this turn, I think. Whirlwind effect, and then possibly even execute, or does he have a second War Axe? Because I wouldn't mind killing the second War Axe with the ooze. He does get a War Axe, okay. Well, that's his last weapon, unless he gets something with Malkorok. But not every Tempo Warrior runs Malkorok, so I don't think I can really count on that. Playing the ooze does give us the opportunity to play something big here, so I like that. And we kind of have to, so sure. I'm fine with that idea.
Warrior, your strength becomes your
Let's see what we get. Oh, those are not awful cards. I don't mind a Slam, and I don't mind a Mortal Strike, even though using it to its fullest potential can be a bit dangerous, I'll admit. But if we can get out another, well, he surely has an Execute. But at least that means it's not hitting the Ysera, right?
What now?
And we have some big removals, so if he plays something big, then that's good. If he trades, if he trades that into, well, I guess it's kinda clean. Oh, that's a big thing now. Oh, if he executes and then hits face, that's kind of a problem. Well. Sort of. I mean, we can still Siphon Soul that, and even play a Taunt. I like that. I like the thought of that. We could also Slam Immortal Strike it, actually, and still have the Siphon Soul available for possible Ragnaros play, for example. Although, yeah, making use of the Mortal Strike sounds appealing. I kinda like that. Do we want to draw a card? Yes, we want to draw a card. Of course we want to draw a card. What kind of question is that? There we go. That's actually a neat card. Kinda tough for him to get through. So I like that. And that gives us... Ooh, or we might have to Twisting Nether here, depending on what comes. This is a Ragnaros, then I'm definitely Twisting Nethering. Ooh, could be painful. Please don't hit my face. It would be really bad if it hit my face here. Okay, that's good. Because that means we can Twisting Nether, and ooh, Doomsayer's not bad either. I like that. I like that a lot. Much better than the Dark Peddler, yes. Yes. Because this should give me the initiative and an opportunity to play the Ysera, for example. Or he expends some resources to get rid of this, which is also good in my build. Only 2 cards are left in his deck. That's actually pretty curious. Are we dead next turn, though? We don't want to Siphon Soul this, but if he plays something... Ooh, that's painful. Okay, I think we're Silencing and Shadow Flaming, unless we have a better option here. If we Silence and Shadow Flame, then we can also... He's got 6, he's got 9 damage on the board. We kind of want this Alexstrasza, but that's not happening anytime soon. So he's got 9 damage, yes. That means we can Shadow Bolt and possibly be safe. That's a bit risky, though. I think I'm in favor of Shadow Flaming here. He's only got 7 cards left. I think I'm okay with that. That means I can Peddler, though, and see what I get. Might make a difference. Oh, I can Power Overwhelming and Shadow Flame the Peddler. Or is that bad? I don't hate that. I can Mortal Coil too. Mortal Coil draws me a card. I guess that's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. Okay, let's do it this way. Definitely don't want to tap. Want to be a little careful here. He doesn't have a Corkron anymore. I think he's down to his last weapon. If he plays something big, we can heal for 3. That qualifies as something big, and I can still silence that, so that's good. Would he have a Whirlwindish effect? So I think I'm silencing and siphon souling the Karen here. And do we then have a great way to deal with this thing? Well, we can Shadow Bolt it after he hits it into the Spellbreaker, so I guess that's good. Let's do it this way. Yes, and Siphon Souling, that is safer than Siphon Souling the other thing. Okay. Okay. Twilight Drake's not going to be too impressive, I'm afraid, but let's see what we can do here. We can get some armor. Oh, please don't kill that. That's really awkward. Slams that, but he has to make do with what he has right now. Oh, that's a board though. That's a problem. That is actually kind of a problem. Let's see, can we taunt up something meaningful? We can kill that, and then he has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So he doesn't kill us if we Shadow Bolt that. That's going to be really awkward though. If I don't draw something next turn, then I'm dead. But it's something, right? So I can kill this. Kill this and play the Twilight Drake. And then hope to double taunt up next turn. That could work. Let's see if he kills this. Because if I manage to taunt this up, I think I have a decent chance. Or if I draw my Alexstrasza, then I think I'm also set. He pretty much has to go face here. I don't think there's any world in which he can afford to trade, except perhaps with that. If he trades an Armorsmith and a Brave, then I think I'm in trouble. But if I draw any cheap minion, basically, and then I can double taunt up. Ooh, if he kills that though. Ooh, that would be bad. Any cheap minion would be good. And I think he can't get through that anymore. I think... That's kind of the minion I was expecting it to be, and this is going to be better than the alternative. Okay. We can't afford to hit into anything. He has to make the first move. Yes. Yes, he has to. Okay, let's see. We've still got a few draws, and as soon as we draw Alexstrasza, I think that's game over. It's going to be a little tricky. I'm afraid. I'm afraid this is going to be a little tricky. But now the 3-2 trades into the Brave, and I've basically won, right? Yeah. Yeah, the only way he can now win is if I don't have any heal left in my deck, and this is pretty good. There we go. So he can hope that I don't have any heal in my deck, but I don't think he has enough armor to survive that, actually. I don't think he can even survive if I don't have an Alexstrasza. No, I'm pretty sure. But he can at least try, right? There's no hurt in trying. He's gotta imagine that there... Well, he knows there's a dragon in my hand. So that's the awkward part here. That is kind of an awkward one, because he knows there's a dragon here. Yeah, that's not going to be good. He knows it. He knows it's over. Is he calculating? I can deal 10 damage a turn. I don't think you can... Well, I can deal 8 damage a turn. Let's say 8 damage. He's on 33. So that gives him 4 more turns. Let's say 5 more turns, so he would be dead as soon as I draw my last card. Yes. Excuse me for the background noise, by the way. Why are you just wasting both of our time? Oh yeah, that's also still a card.
We're gonna be rich.
I completely forgot about that one. I was seriously thinking Alexstrasza was my only healing card left. So yeah, that's basically it. Come on. Stop wasting both of our time. And just concede already. I don't understand people like this. He has to be really, really salty for having... I don't know. I don't understand people like this. Can I kill him next turn? I don't think I can kill him next turn, but neither would have... if Sarah would have given me a nightmare, I guess I could have killed him next turn. So that would have been the correct play, but I thought Reno would have been demoralizing enough to make him concede right away. But there's a real meta here. It's important to consider. Important to consider how to make your opponent concede. He didn't have the Malkorok though. Was there any... He did run double Arathi Weaponsmith, so I guess that replaced the Malkorok. Yeah. He must be pretty salty, I guess. Sad days. Sad days. Well, I'm sorry you had to see this, but at least it will all be over soon, right? No, they're still lethal. There we go. Wait, that's lethal, right? I can't calculate. Well, including the fatigue, that's going to be lethal regardless. So, oh, it was going to be lethal regardless if he didn't armor up. Okay, well, that was a decent first game, I'd say. We've seen most of the deck. We've seen all of his deck. That was a nice one. All right, let's go to our next opponent. He certainly didn't know what to expect, so that's a good thing. But I don't think the Dragon Synergy cards really stood out in this game, because the Corruptor came when it was already too late to have an impact. The Twilight Guardian was played right before the Varian Rin, which forced me to Twisting Nether afterwards, so was also not too effective. But I like where the deck's going, yeah, I do. And I'll admit I had some pretty decent top decks. That's a thing.
Gul'dan versus Thrall.
Alright, a Shaman. I kinda like having this amount of healing in this deck too. Can we mulligan for a 2-drop? We have 3, 4, 5-ish 2-drops. I think we can, but I would like to keep the second 3-drop in case I want to play something on turn 2. Yeah, that's good. I was assuming I was going first, but this is a pretty nice opener. I will say this looks pretty nice. Oh, and that's a good draw, I think. Yes, I would be in favor of coining out the Fairy Dragon here, because we've got quite a nice curve going. So let's see about this. He can't play Eternal Trog anymore, unless he immediately combines it with a Lightning Bolt to my face, I guess. That doesn't seem too amazing. Yeah, there's a Rock Biter, but at least that made him waste the Rock Biter, right? So that's okay. If that's all that card did, make your opponent waste the Rock Biter, then I think I am okay with that. And this card by itself is not awful. In the early game against the Shaman, especially when it might be an aggro Shaman, then I'm all in favor of just grabbing the board and not worrying too much about the value of my minions. Don't have a dragon in hand, that makes things a little awkward, but I guess I'll take off the Divine Shield here and make some imps. I like that. Sure. I could do a tap and a Morgul, which wouldn't have... yeah... It just doesn't give the same impact on the board. So that's the reason it's a little awkward right now. I can make a decent trade here. Oh, and I can even play a Doomsayer. I like that. So if I kill off this one, then what I lose from a Doomsayer, well, I guess I don't really care too much. I'm doing this always, right? Yeah, I'm always doing that. No dragon still. That's going to be a little awkward, I feel. I could also heal up the Imcam Gloss. How's that? I think that's even better than playing Doomsayer here. Even though the Doomsayer is going to be a little awkward in a few moments. As soon as I get a dragon, this hand looks pretty great all of a sudden. Just need to get one. Maybe that's a reason you don't do the Fairy Dragon thing, I guess. Yeah, that's acceptable. It's not too exciting. He basically healed that to full, so this is basically a slightly better than Ring Farseer here. So I'm okay with that. Can I trade into that guy? Well, I can Argus up here, which seems okay-ish. could even smash into this thing and then Argus up the imps. That seems a bit greedy. Yeah, that seems a bit greedy. Argus should still be the play, right? We could also Refreshment Vendor, which doesn't really solve the curve problem. We could Doomsayer, but we can kill neither of these minions, so that's not going to do a whole lot. I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with this. Actually, what we could have... No, there was no way we could have taunted up an imp, and then... No. This is going to be the play, and... we're fine with that. I guess I could have traded into the Master of Evolution, actually. That seems like a better play. Yes, that seems like a better play, especially now. But it's still not awful. It is still not awful. Just give me a dragon, please. That would be great. Just give me a dragon here. Or is there something... Please don't hit the imp. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very thankful of this. Just give me some AoE. How's that? Ooh, that's not AoE. Can we tap for it? We can kill either the Flame Tongue Totem or some meaningful minions on the board. If we tap into a dragon, we can't play the Corruptor. But I think squeezing in a tap here is going to be the correct play. Oh, and suddenly dragons are turned on, so that's good. I think we just kill the 5-1 here, and leave the Flame Tongue up. That seems dangerous, though. He might trade the 6-3 into this, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm fine with those trades. I don't like leaving up the Flame Tongue Totem, but since it's all the way to the left, it's not going to inflict that much damage compared to where it would be when it was in the middle. Because everything... That's wrong positioning, friend. That is always wrong. That is a good totem golem you got there, but that is wrong positioning, definitely. Please give me some AoE. Pretty please give me some AoE right now. I would love that. That's not AoE, but at least I can get rid of that thing over there. We could get rid of the Flame Tongue Totem or kill this thing. Can't do both, can we? No, we can't. I could play the Doomsayer and force him to trade into that thing. That's not awful. I don't mind that too much. I'm pretty much ahead on cards here. Yeah, killing the Flame Tongue will be correct here. So killing this, and play the Doomsayer, which kind of forces him to either leave up some minions or kill the Doomsayer, because he has 5 damage left. Yeah, so either one of my minions survives, or the board is cleared, which is pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, I like that.
That's incredible.
Let's see. Does he have... Oh, that's something. Wait, is that lethal? That's not lethal, right? I'm pretty sure that's not lethal. That's 6 and 6, and... No, I don't think so. So... Well, I am pretty low. I will admit that worries me slightly. But at least this clears the board. This clears his hammer. Do I want to taunt, or do I want to heal? There's a real question. I don't expect Lava Burst to be in his deck. He had a mana left over. So I think he would have... there's a question. If he has Doomhammer Rockbiter, then I'm dead. But I don't think anything... Well, I can taunt to protect against the Doomhammer Rockbiter, right? I would prefer healing up, though, I think. I'm pretty sure I would prefer healing up. Yeah, only Doomhammer Rockbiter killed me here, and I don't think it's very likely that he has it with the last 3 cards over here. Could he have even... Yes, he could have. Yes, he could have played that, but that's fine. Now we can start taunting up, and that's pretty good. We have something to play against a really big thing. Actually, we don't have to taunt up here. We do still die to Doomhammer Rockbiter, but developing this is so much more meaningful because I'm not tapping anyway. So I guess I'll use this, sure. He can hex that, I would be okay with that. It's a little unfortunate, but sure. Maybe that would be a reason to play the Twilight Guardian there. Does his deck strike me as the kind of deck that plays Hex? Well, possibly. Oh, double totem carver. That's interesting. I like her voiceover too. Totems I love. It's the accent. The accent is really charming. Let's see. We can Hellfire and Reno here. That seems pretty good to me. So that means we're trading here. Do I care enough about the 3-1? I guess I care enough about the 3... that's going to take a lot of damage though. Kinda don't like that. I could Siphon, but then I would still have to trade 2 guys into this, and that's not going to be too pretty. Let's just take this trade. Hellfire. Reno Jackson. There we go. Could have squeezed in a tap if I didn't... No, not really. I don't think there's any way I could have squeezed in a tap there, except if I didn't clear the board. I guess I didn't have to clear the board if I... Yeah, that could have been right. That could have been right. Okay, so I can siphon that one, and that's pretty much going to be game, right? Yeah, he's playing his hand. He knows he's lost. He's a little pissed, I think. That's okay. He's allowed to be a little pissed. Let's tap. And I think this will be fine. This will do just fine. Can we get some extra... Oh, can we... did I miss lethal this turn? I had lethal next turn anyway, so that's fine. Hey, that did turn out to be pretty good so far. I'm not disappointed. Let's play a few more games, 1 or 2, depending on the matchup, of course. But yeah, this deck has some heals, and that's going to be really frustrating for some of the more aggressive opponents. I'll admit that Ooze was also pretty clutch, but I did carry that from almost the start of the game, didn't I?
Watch your back.
Alright, against a rogue, we have a 2, we have a 3. I don't like the Argus because the rogue is going to clear our minions always, pretty much. Yeah, she's just going to clear all of our minions all the time, and I'm not going to... So I'm not going to count on having any minions on the table at the start of my turn. So that's pretty much a more late game card, and I'm okay with that. Do we want to get something on the field? I don't think it's that important, but I guess getting a 2-3 out... Although taunts could also be more meaningful late game. I don't hate passing here, but... kind of does force out some kind of response, and we could get a good 1-cost card to fill the curve a little bit, so I don't hate that. That's not very valuable, though. I guess we could save the Sir Finley for some kind of late game situation. We can play this next turn and Brand and one of the 4-drops. We can change our hero power in the late game. I guess that's kind of a thing that can be relevant. I don't know. Not the biggest fan. I definitely don't want to play it anytime soon, but Yeah, I think we're tapping, actually. I don't hate to tap and trade. Just getting a few more options in our hand, I think that's important. And getting the silence against if I can cleave is also quite relevant, actually. What do I expect here? Perhaps a Farseer, perhaps... that's okay. I will just play this girl here. Alright. Let's see how she deals with this.
Thank you.
Answer is, she does not. Okay. That's fine. That's pretty good for me, actually. Because I get to kill this. I don't get to kill the 5-4. I would have liked the Shadow Bolt here, but guess we can't have it all. This is not active, so gotta be a little careful with that. Anything that trades well with this thing? Not really. Guess we'll just have to do it this way then. Don't like that. Don't like it that much. It's a little annoying. I'll just give her a card. It's looking like kind of more of a Death Rattle rogue deck. More so than a Miracle rogue deck. Yeah, especially with the Huckster. So I don't have to expect some amazing kind of burst, but... Oh, is that an Eviscerate? Okay, okay. I would like a Mortal Coil at this point. Yes, yes, I would go for a Mortal Coil. Not exactly the card we're looking for here. Can we afford to tap? Actually, not really. Actually, not really. We can taunt up some minions, though. Or... Well, this is never going to do any work, so I guess we can taunt up 2. I don't hate that. Just to prevent a little bit of face damage. I think I can get behind that. I think I would be okay with that, yes. Just gotta preserve our face a little bit. And getting the 5-4s to hit that a bit too often, that's going to be dangerous. Ooh, wow. Okay, that is both Eviscerates down though, so that's kind of something. And we did finally get a Shadow Bolt, so that's pretty sweet. And with both Eviscerates down, I think I can actually just play Bran on an empty board. That's actually pretty sweet. Don't hate that. She has a couple coins, so she can do some auctioneer stuff. Feel free to use some auctioneer stuff, I think. I don't have a minion to Shadow Flame though, so actually don't do that. Or perhaps I don't need to... So what's this going? Oh, double SI? Well, I guess that works. Yeah.
This guy's toast.
That is something a little unfortunate, but yeah, kind of to be expected. I would like to top deck a dragon here. For example, a fairy dragon. That would be... I guess that's not awful either. I'm taking a little damage to the face, but I would have taken 3 to the face if I leave these alive anyway, so I think I'm okay with that. Let's squeeze in a tap. Well, there's the fairy dragon, so that's going to be good next turn, I think. And do we want to... No, we definitely don't want to surf in the air. A little worried about my life total, but we do have Reno and Alexstrasza to take care of that later. Don't want to surf Finley, I'm pretty sure. We need more cards still. Our health total is our card draw engine, and we need that. That is actually kind of important to us. Okay, taking some damage here, taking some damage next turn. We'll see how dangerous this rogue can be. She still has the 2... Does she still have the 2... what am I talking about? The 2 coins? I think she does. I don't think she... maybe she used 1 for the SI7s. I think she did. I actually think she did. We want to save... Yes, we do want to save 1 of the dragons for this one. But it's not going to do a whole lot on this board. So how about we... Well, I kind of want to do this, and then I guess I can silence the spell power. It's not awful, although if that's a Death Rattle rogue, then the silence might be more valuable at a later point. How about we tap? I kind of don't want to play both dragons in the same turn, though. That's a little awkward. How about I just play this one? There'll be more dragons. There will be more dragons. Let's just do it this way. We just have to have a little faith. She could sap that. That might be a thing that's gonna happen. But I can still, well... I guess I can Corrupt her and Shadow Flame. That's not awful. I am dropping a little precariously low, though. So that's mildly concerning, I'll say. Yes, that might be what we have to do right now. It does clear the board, so she can't do a lot of damage from an empty board. It's kind of wasteful for the Corruptor, but we could use a silence, but I think we're going to have to be careful with that one. That silence is going to save us someday. So I guess we will. I guess we'll do it this way. Just to have those Escher Drakes out of the way. She doesn't have any Eviscerate, so it doesn't really impact the burst. I guess it could power a Fan of Knives to kill the Fairy Dragon. Could be something, and this is going to be a situation in which we want to heal. Unless, well, we could trade the Fairy Dragon here, which is not awful. And then just develop some minions and heal a little bit in the at the same time. Oh, there's a dragon. You're a little late, Alexstrasza, but I still appreciate your presence. I think we can afford to not heal here and just develop a bit of a board. Is she going to be able to deal with Sylvana sufficiently? I don't know.
So many.
Tapping seems a little dangerous, though. Although I guess I really doubt that that deck has any kind of burst. So I guess I could tap here. And then play double threes if I don't get anything useful. I guess I will. Oh, that's good enough. That is good enough. I'll make this trade. I don't think she can kill me because she's used both of the eviscerates. So she would have to get a decent Auctioneer turn or a decent N'Zoth turn, I guess. Ooh, N'Zoth is a little worrisome, I'll say. And perhaps the Huckster. Did we see what kind of card she got from the Huckster? I don't think so. So is she just going to kill us by dagger over the course of 8 more turns? Because that's not going to work out for you, Missy. Because we've got quite a number of good cards to play still here. Yeah, I'll play the Azure Drake. Sure. Not too worried about any Dragon Synergy cards, because I've already played all of them. All 2 of them. So I think this is fine. I don't see any way of us dying, except for maybe discover into... I don't know. I really don't know. I'm being a little greedy with this Alexstrasza here, but I can't imagine a situation in which she kills us right now. Well, having the Twisting Nether against a possible N'Zoth is going to be pretty sweet. How far are we in our respective decks? Not incredibly worried, okay. Let's just go face here. We're killing her in 2 turns with... Well, we don't have any burst, but... I guess this will do for now. Could I have killed her there? No, I could have set her to 5. That would have been quite dangerous, though. I think this is going to be the turn for Alexstrasza, though. Yeah. Just for a little safety, in case I forgot something, but yeah, she can't really sap Alexstrasza, I think. Yeah. Yeah, see, she was being really aggressive there, but she didn't really have anything to back it up with. So, yeah, deck's looking pretty nice so far. So, be a little creative with your Reno decks. There's a lot of room for experimentation, I feel. And as long as you just include some good cards, then you will find a way to make a place for yourself in the meta. Alright, hope you enjoyed this episode. If there's a deck, as strange as it may be, that you would like to see me play, please leave a comment below. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.